This is Jeopardy! And now, here is the host of Jeopardy!
Welcome back to Jeopardy! Our contestants are Vincent Castile, the editor and the filmmaker of our final film, Moses Plata, the therapist actor in our final film, and finally, Harry Castile, a random homeless man we found scrounging for dirt outside our studio. Moses, can you start us off, please?
Hardware 500?
Camera used to film your project.
What is iPhone 14?
That's correct. iPhone 14.
Camera. The iPhone 14 camera was very accessible. It was very easy to use since we were familiar with it, but we were able to do tricks with it and learn things with it that we didn't know before, like just the right amount of zoom in, 0.5, things like that we never really had to utilize before, but we were pushed to the test by our film. And now we have a better growth and understanding of this hardware. Software for 300?
The editing software used in your final project.
What is CapCut?
Also correct. CapCut.
We used CapCut for all of our editing. CapCut is an extremely accessible and I wouldn't say easy to use because it takes a little bit to get the hang of it and we really needed to do some work with it. But once we were able to get the hang of it, CapCut is a very useful thing. In CapCut, we were able to align all our videos, crop them, and make them the desired length a lot easier than just in a traditional photo library. We were able to put effects like as you see here with our fonts. You can't do that in a normal photo library, or you can't do that in a normal application. You need an editing software like CapCut, and it was just perfect. And for our credits, when our main character walks past the wall and the font and the credits go with him, you can't do that with a normal software. You need something like CapCut. CapCut also greatly helped us to isolate our voices. In our first draft of stuff, we didn't use CapCut. We barely used anything. And the voices came out very choppy. And using this software like CapCut, it helped us in post-production mainly to make our film look sharper, make the credits especially look great. We were able to do a lot of, it's very precise. Like we were able to do a lot of action matches with this, like when he walks past and when he closes the door. We were able to do a lot of stuff like that because of this very precise software that enabled us to make our film high quality. Online for 400?
The website used for documentation for your project. Moses, what do you choose?
What? I was trying to say, what is... Okay, like, is he even asleep?
Security.
Anyways, as I was saying, what is EduBlogs?
That's right, EduBlogs.
A large part of filming is learning from your mistakes, and EduBlogs mainly helped us with this. Because if we made a mistake in filming, we could go on EduBlogs, we could write about it, as you can see here. We can write about it, and we can, if we're filming and we need source material, we can look and see here's how we messed up last time, here's what we can do now. And we also looked at mentor texts, and we talked about and we wrote about them through EduBlogs. And EduBlog is also very accessible and easy to write on and easy to organize. So if we're like, we don't have really that many ideas on lighting, we can just go on our sites and see what we said about lighting. Or we don't have that many ideas on what to do with creative camera shots. Even for our genre, we can see what we wrote about thrillers on our genre. We can see what we wrote about thrillers on EduBlogs, and we can crispen our film and make it look higher quality like these professional texts. And EduBlogs also helps us get feedback from our teacher on our film, and also our teacher can recommend us texts, and we can write all this information, all of this growth that we're learning from. We put it on EduBlogs, and we learn from it, so that once filming days come, once filming comes, we can look at how do we set up the lighting, how do we set up the camera shots, post-production, how do we set up, how do we do the editing, how do we want to make this movie look more like the conventions of our genre, research, how all of this plot, everything that goes into filming. EduBlogs were able to be a vent for all our learning, so that we can just have all that experience there and be able to grow from it. Online for 200.
Used for inspiration for your project.
What is...
Moses, what do you choose?
What is...
Are you...
Okay, what is... Relax. It's gone. What is YouTube clips?
Man, you're on a roll. YouTube movie clips is correct.
So we needed some serious inspiration, and we found this through YouTube movie clips. YouTube is a free online platform, and it really helped us in research. It mainly helped us in research, because through research we were able to see these texts that reflected what we wanted for our project, and we were able to take little bits and pieces from here and there, different genres, mainly our genre to show conventions, but good ideas from different genres. We took a lot of inspiration from horror stuff because it showed that dark atmosphere, that twisted mind that we were trying to show, but we're showing that not from a horror aspect. And YouTube, it just really helped us to garner inspiration from these professionals through research, and even in production. And we could have, at any stage of making our film, we could use YouTube movie clips. In research, in production, we don't have that much inspiration for a shot, go on YouTube movie clips and see creative camera shots that professionals did that are possible in what we can do. In editing, professional movies are the best editing inspiration that we could find, and YouTube has clips from everywhere, so we could see the conventions of our editing that we needed and find them from these professional texts. And YouTube movie clips just greatly increase the quality of our film from an online standpoint, because it enabled us to take these things from the people who have gone before us and have obviously been critically acclaimed, made a lot of money, done what they were trying to do very successfully, and we can take that and put it into our project to convey a true thriller like we are trying to do.